Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 443, season 18. Today's date is June 10th, 2025. Excuse me, talking a little fast. And on today's program, I'm going to talk about a restaurant that was located in the Gold Coast. It's called the Sweetwater Restaurant. And I found a menu, and I'm going to read off of that and talk a little bit about the restaurant. Also, I'll talk about my memories of fondue from the 1970s. And it was a popular craze back then, with this particular way of eating. So this will be kind of fun. Before we get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Tidy Bowl, toilet bowl cleaner. With the Tidy Bowl man. Remember him? So here's a commercial from 1977. And I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. So sit back and relax and let's go back to the 1970s. Thank you.
Help keep this part of your bathroom clean and fresh with improved automatic Tidy Bowl. Only Tidy Bowl has the freshness of lemon and the power of borax to clean and deodorize. So Tidy Bowl is even tougher on stains, tougher on odors. Tidy Bowl with lemon fresh borax works hard between scrubbings to leave your bathroom lemon fresh and sparkling clean. Get Tidy Bowl in original blue or new economy size.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Tidy Bowl. I'll give you a history on this wonderful product. It was introduced in 1958. Its original format was blue cleaner disinfected liquid. It's released to the toilet tank. That sounds pretty good. It's also known for its nautical spokesperson, the Tidy Bowl man. Yeah. He was in there from 1968 to 1984, and it was portrayed by other actors like that. And I don't know if any famous ones were there. I don't think so. Let's see. So their headquarters is in St. Louis, Missouri. The founder of this wonderful product, his name was Harry O'Hare. I don't think it's the same guy at the airport in Chicago. No. So he created this thing, and so let's see. So it's still around. If you can buy them at any store, you see Target, Walmart. You could order on Amazon. Any store. It's a good product. I don't use it myself, but let's see. So let me tell you about the Tidy Bowl man. He wore a captain's hat with a blazer and a turtleneck, and he was piloting like a boat. And here are the actors that played them. I'll read them off if you recognize them. One is Dan Breslin, Bob Caliban, Fred Miltenberg, Larry Sprinkle, Mr. W.D. Bill Willard, and Mark Matheson. And if you know Dan Resin, he's famous for in the film Caddyshack. And he was Dr. Beeper. I think he's the one where there was a kid, he drank all the liquor and he threw up in the car. I think it was a Porsche. I think it was him. I haven't seen Caddyshack in a long time, so I gotta watch it again. Okay. So that's it for Tidy Bowl. So in the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Sweetwater Restaurant. That was in Chicago. That was located at 1028 North Rush Street. And I will talk about my memories of fondue in the 1970s. Before I get started, I have a health update. I posted this yesterday. I went to see my oncologist, which I forgot to tell everyone that he's retiring as of yesterday. And so I'm going to get a new one. I haven't met him yet. I will meet him on June 30th. That's my next chemo. It'll be my fourth. Hopefully, I don't know if he's good or not. We'll wait and see. I heard he is. So my oncologist told me that my blood work is very good. It's going very well. The PSA, on the other hand, is still rising. Not much. It's just creeping up. He told me we're going to wait about maybe the 4th and the 5th or 6th to see it to start to decline. I have a feeling it will, but we don't know. Because I just got my third chemo yesterday, and, it takes, it's got to work in order to do that. But he says, but I'm not really in pain, and I feel fine. My fatigue is less. That's good news, But when I do stuff around the house or, going out, I get exhausted, I get a little tired, and I have to lie down. So I don't exert myself. I like to walk again, but I don't, not yet, So, and then I had some good news. I received my passport. I'm going to start traveling again soon. Once the chemo is done, and if I go into remission, I will resume traveling like I used to do in the old days when I worked at American Express. I used to go a lot of places, and I can't wait. I got so excited. So that's good news. Okay, and let's see what else. No, that's it. So the next chemo is June 30th. I'm going to see my urologist June 26th. He's going to follow up on like that on the operation I had in March. So, and we'll see how that goes. And I will keep you posted on what's going on. Okay. Right now, first I'm going to talk about fondue. Let me give you a history of this wonderful dish. This was found in Switzerland. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, it was founded in that. What fondue is a Swiss dish of melted cheese and wine served in a communal pot. It's a fondue pot. Another word, it's called caquelin. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Over a portable stove, and it's heated with a candle or a spirit lamp. And you eat it by dipping bread, sometimes vegetables, or other foods using a long stem fork. So, actually, the fondue didn't come in the 70s. It came a little earlier than that, but it wasn't crazy like in the 70s. It didn't catch on like that. So, actually, what fondue is, like I explained, it's food dipped into a communal pot of liquid and kept hot in a fondue pot, like that. You can have chocolate, and you can put pastries in there, and you melt the chocolate. Oh, that sounds good. And or and cheese, you could do that. And you stick pieces of bread on the long stem forks, and you dip it in like that. So it became very popular in the 60s, and then the 70s took off. And I used to hear all the time about fondue. I never owned a fondue, or a pot. My mom didn't know what that was. I had to explain to her, this is the last thing she needs is another appliance. So I remember, I think one neighbor in my old neighborhood had it. And I went over there one day with a friend and he showed me this thing. And I asked, what is it? It's a fondue part. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to ask him, can your mom prepare something so I could see how it works? She wasn't home, but it would have been cool to see that, but I guess not. So I just saw it, and something, they come in the fondue pots are very decorative. They're like in the 70s, with flowers and stripes and solid colors like that. You can still, they're still available. There is a restaurant in the city, and they do serve fondue. And it's called, I can't pronounce the name, it's Gijas or Gejas or Gijas. And that's been there for a long time. And that's located at 340 West Armitage Avenue. So if you're in the neighborhood or you're in a mood for fondue, please go there. I like to go there myself. It's very popular. People from out of town love it, And so it's called Gija's Cafe. It opened in 1965. I'm sure they serve fondue, and so that's kind of cool. But they have other food there, they have other items in the menu like that. Yeah, that sounds delicious. It really does. I'm in the mood for some cheese and some bread. And, heat up the fondue and, take the fork and stick it in. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Right now, I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, I'm going to read off a menu from Sweetwater Restaurant that was located at 1028 Northwest Street. And I'll talk about its history and, of course, the menu. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at Friskies.com or visit your local store.
During Bouchel's annual 2-for-1 cleaning sale, you get all your vital household cleaning done practically for half the regular low Bouchel price. Get 2-for-1 savings on drapery cleaning and furniture cleaning by calling Bouchel now. Get 2 rugs cleaned for the price of 1 in Bouchel's modern cleaning plant. Get 2 rooms of tack-down carpeting clean for the price of 1 and save up to 50%. Remember, this offer is limited and may be withdrawn at any time. So call Bouchel now at
Hudson 32700.
Okay, everyone, I am back. Now I'm going to talk about the Sweetwater Restaurant in Chicago. Let me give you a little history of this wonderful place. It opened in 1976, I believe. It was located at 1028 Northwest Street, and I think that's like on the corner of Bellevue Place, I believe. And it was very, at the time, it was dressed in sensual peach and soft blue colors. Batik upholstered banquets and low romantic lighting. That sounds nice. And one of the owners of the restaurant was Doug Buffone, who was a Chicago linebacker for the Chicago Bears. He owned that place. I'm sure there were other people, about 4 people. I don't know who the other people were. And so you had a great view of, looking on Bellevue Place. And it had like an enclosed garden cafe. looking at that. That sounds nice. It really does. And let's see. So let's see what else. And it seated about 150 people, and it was famous for its decor. The food, I don't know how it was, as I've never been there, but I used to hear about this restaurant all the time. Previously, what at that location was Mr. Kelly's. I get to talk about this place someday, because I know a man. I think his father owned the place, and he made a documentary about Mr. Kelly's. It was shown on Channel 11 WTTW in Chicago. I watched it. I didn't see the full length of it, but I saw it on TV, and it's a great documentary of that. And it had a lot of famous people, singers, comedians. Oh, wonderful place. That's a whole podcast episode for me to talk about. I will talk about that. Okay. So that lasted about maybe in the 1980s, I think 84, 85 or something like that. And then what is there now is Gibson's Steaks. Yeah, Gibson's Steakhouse is there. I've never been to that location, but I've been to Gibson's in Oak Brook. I went with my friends a couple of months ago. It was great. I had a great time. The food was excellent. Hopefully we can go again. I don't know. That's up to them. I like to go. Anyway, so Gibson's is there right now, and it's still popular. You have to get reservations, Maybe someday I'll drive by, or, if I get invited for dinner, go to Gibson's to see what Sweetwater was and what Mr. Kelly was. Yeah. Okay. As for Doug Buffon, he was a linebacker. He played for the Bears. And, first he played college in Louisville, Kentucky. And his the Chicago Bears, he was there from 1966 to 1979. And, and I think he retired, and then he probably opened the restaurant. I don't know whether the restaurant he owned or other business. He did own Gibson's restaurant. Gibson, it was a steakhouse. He did own that after, I think, when Sweetwater closed, like that. Okay. And I think he was on the radio on The Score for a while. And he passed away on April 20th, 2015, and he was 70 years old. Okay. Right now, I'm going to give you the menu of Sweetwater. This will be fun. Just a moment, and I'll bring it right up. Here we go. All right. It's very short, so that's okay. The appetizers, they had shrimp cocktail, escargot, mussels, steamed clams. My friend Peter loves that. My best friend, he loves steamed clams. Oysters on the half shell, fried calamari. Soup, under soup and salad, they had French onion soup of the day, Caesar salad, tomato and onion salad, special Francisca salad, and spinach salad. Okay. All right. Entrees they had were broiled filet of sole amandine, broiled whitefish, sea scallops with champagne sauce, fettuccine and bay scallops, broiled lobster tail. Okay. Garlic chicken Vesuvio, broiled spring chicken, breast of chicken with avocado and Monterey Jack cheese. I don't like avocado in it. The only thing I like avocado with is guacamole. That's about it. And none of it, just plain, no hot stuff in that. Broiled veal chop. They have prime rib. You'll also get an extra thick cut if you like. A New York strip steak, the same thing, and also filet mignon if you want an extra thick cut. And also Italian filet, if you want that. That included a potato or house salad. I don't know what kind of potato they had, maybe French fries or baked, probably. Light entries, they had hamburger and fries, cheeseburger and fries, steak sandwich or fries. It's a broiled sirloin with slices of that. Steak and cheese sandwich for fries. Includes, if you want sliced onions and mozzarella. That sounds good. I like that. A salad Nicosi. I can't pronounce it. It's Nicoise. I'm terrible reading like that. crab meat and avocado salad, chicken and walnut salad, shrimp salad, and fettuccine Alfredo. Okay, that's good. And desserts, they had assorted cheesecakes, strawberry with schlag, that's Schlaug, a chocolate sundae, and any ice cream you like, any flavor. Okay. Soft drinks, they also had coffee, iced tea, and milk. That's the only menu. I don't know about wine or beer. I'm sure they served that. I'm sure they served alcoholic beverages there. Okay. So that was a very short menu. Not much. Sorry about that. Okay, that was fun. All right, so that's like a, like a very short podcast. Let's see if I can talk about something else real quick. Next episode will be episode 444. Okay. So we're in the 444. I feel like I'm on a golf game. so we'll see about that. Pretty soon we'll go into our 19th season. That would be like episode 450. That's going to be a while. Maybe in a couple of weeks we'll do that. I can't believe I reached that point. It's amazing like that. Sometimes I get requests from people. Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? I will try. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes when I prepare a podcast, during the week, I think of some ideas I can talk about. And when I'm at my computer, the thoughts and ideas rush in my head. And then I will talk about that. Okay. So let's see what else. I guess that's it for today. Yeah. So that's all. So I'll do a recap of what I've talked about. I will talk about my memories of the fondue from the 1970s, and also I read off a menu from the Sweetwater Restaurant that was located at 1028 North Rush Street in Chicago. It used to be Mr. Kelly's, and now it's Gibson's Steakhouse. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are found. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods. What else? iHeartRadio, Podbean. Someone asked me, "Are you on Sirius? Satellite radio?" I don't think so. I think I might be too local to join that. I don't think so. I tried to apply for Pandora, but I didn't get accepted. I don't know. I think you have to get a lot of streams, a lot of followers in order to join that. I have enough, but not a lot. So that's the way it is. Okay. Also be posted on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. All the episodes are listed. I think you have to sign up with your email to get a notification of the latest episode. That goes the same what I mentioned previously on those apps. If you tap on the apps and click follow, you will receive a notification of the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes if you like. Also be on my YouTube channel. And again and again and again and again, people always ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. And go to YouTube, do a search, Pika Stanis, or my podcast, Van Chicagoland Stories. And click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen to the previous episodes if you like. You will receive a notification. Excuse me. Also, be sure to my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. They will have the links, and you can just copy the links, and it'll take you right there, and you can listen. But what I said before, the easiest way to listen is YouTube. People, they find that very simple. I think older people find it simple, like me. That's why. Oh, that's great. Okay. Let's see what else. No, that's it for today. Okay, so this is Pika Stanis, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. One last thing. I might add a commercial in the commercial break. So it'll be a surprise. I will do that. And so again, just have a nice day. It's a beautiful day, and just enjoy the weather. It's a nice Tuesday. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from our favorite person in the whole wide world, Ray Rayner, saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.